certain shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid.
Man, Mike.
I'm gonna come hug you right now. I'm coming to hug you. Big hug. Get up and love each other.
They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. And look, in the wrong room. And Nick, come here, come here. Is that two niggas kissing?
You know, and you see things like the white party be there, and then they have Lil Baby like in a sandwich. Like they're hugging him from the front and the back.
According to Katt Williams, who has been discussing this for years, the music industry, Hollywood, and those private events aren't what they seem. Katt insists there's more to it than what most people think: business dealings, networking, and champagne. These gatherings, he claims, include rituals related to control, power, and secrecy. According to him, artists use initiation and humiliation as a way to maintain their status, and they occur frequently. His point of view challenges the entertainment industry's well-preserved image and sparks an ongoing debate. Lil Baby, some admirers say, could be a recent case that supports Katt's claims. The movements of Lil Baby have changed since his initial appearance. Along with pushing up his shorts to show off his legs on stage and sporting a pink belt with a tank top, he has been showing off new tattoos on his thighs. Katt Williams sees this differently, despite the fact that many people blame it on changing fashion. Rather than being casual style choices, he believes these are signs of professional traditions. According to him, these performances are imposed on rappers and other performers as part of a bigger plan. Katt is more intrigued by the significance of clothing than by the item itself. Unspoken loyalty tests or initiation processes can sometimes be linked to what on-stage fans see, Katt said. According to him, the industry uses it to decide who should be retained and who shouldn't. He claims that this is a tactic used by certain superstars to hold on to their advantages and authority over time. Supporters of his hypothesis think that Lil Baby's present actions are a great fit for that pattern. Critics, however, think it's just a matter of personal taste and shifting creative preferences. Regardless of its veracity, Katt's discussion gets louder each time she brings it up.
How people feel about the ritual. It's about does following the ritual work. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be.
These days, Katt's whole point is that if you notice someone acting differently after spending time with a particular person, it usually means that something more serious is going on. Having worked in the industry long enough to recognize the warning signs, he believes that those shifts are more than just harmless fashion choices. Its influence, Katt said, is the kind that results from being dragged into organizations that are more powerful than the public realizes. He can't help but notice those changes when he's staring at Lil Baby. Concerns are raised by the tattoos, the new fashion statements, and the time. For Katt, these are no coincidences. After Lil Baby showed up at the all-white Hamptons party, hosted by billionaire Michael Rubin, things started to get quite interesting. It may have been the first time Baby stepped into a different kind of environment, since Katt has been glancing at that moment ever since. The goal of those events is more than just networking and having fun, Katt said. He sees them as opportunities and challenges for career shaping by powerful individuals. Katt also believes that when an artist shows up at one, their journey usually takes a dramatic turn. The simple statement, "Yeah, they got him," was enough for him. The recent viral video of Lil Baby performing on stage wearing shorts, pushing them up, and showing off new tattoos on his thighs was the catalyst for the excitement. The internet reacted immediately after Baby announced that he will never get tattoos. Because fans could still clearly remember those remarks, his new ink made him stick out even more. Whether this was just personal growth or anything deeper was a topic of debate on social media, and it just appeared to reinforce Katt Williams' warnings to those who share his perspective.
I hear that you say that you don't have any tattoos at all.
Nope. That was really my only reason, like, for being younger. Like, I don't want no tattoos. I know I'm gonna have something to do when I get older.
Yes, sir.
With my money, and I don't want to be like a thug.
Lil Baby hasn't really seemed the same since he started hanging out with Michael Rubin more, according to remarks posted online. Obviously, this raises the question of who Rubin is and why he is constantly surrounded by these young rappers. To begin, it should be mentioned that Rubin is not a musician, producer, or executive. He is not an A&R, nor does he have any direct industry ties. That aspect alone makes the situation seem strange. Lil Baby, Travis Scott, Jay-Z, Drake, and Meek Mill are all in Rubin's social circle, despite the fact that he is a millionaire who made his fortune in sportswear. What is even more surprising is that his home is visited by non-musicians. His events bring together Hollywood, sports, and rap in one location, and they also include celebrities from beyond hip-hop, such as Tom Brady and Leonardo DiCaprio. Rubin is seen by fans as a crucial link, but Katt Williams considers that bond troubling. He has been warning musicians about hip-hop's rise of billionaires who are unrelated to the industry for years. When outsiders get in, it's rarely just about networking or friendship, as Katt notes. What appears to be opportunity or access frequently becomes power and influence, Katt states. Despite their self-presentation as cultural evangelists, he believes that the role of these wealthy individuals is essentially to influence careers behind the scenes. He thinks that after enticing artists into their society with the prospect of opportunity, they ultimately put them in circumstances where their connections become essential. Additionally, Katt says the pattern is too consistent to be ignored. That's why Katt has been warning for years, and it makes sense when people link Rubin's name to Baby's current actions.
When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contract. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money, he goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
Let's now look at the various ideas that suggest Lil Baby may have attended Rubin's 2023 Hamptons party. It started with a picture of Baby standing between Rubin and NBA player Kyle Kuzma that went viral. Upon seeing the picture on social media, 50 Cent felt compelled to post a response. The message said, "See, this is why I don't go to parties with Puffy in them," and he posted it on his Instagram. What is causing this? His subsequent comment, "Get off me, young guy," made it clear that he was unimpressed with the photo. Shortly thereafter, another image of Rubin embracing Lil Baby's back surfaced on the internet. That party got everyone talking as they speculated about what might have been happening there. To counter the discussion, Lil Baby posted a little video on his Instagram stories. It featured him and Rubin on a private jet, grinning and joking about the hug picture as though it were normal. At first it seemed as though Baby was brushing it off as a minor issue, but some said it was just fueling the flames. Katt Williams, however, saw the embrace as more than just a kind gesture. It was a signal to him, but not to the general public. According to him, he can communicate with members of those groups and determine who is and is not there by using these pictures. He has long stated that the purpose of the so-called industry parties isn't really networking or celebration. He calls them instead initiation ceremonies, when reputations and futures are shaped behind closed doors, away from the general public. As soon as you get into certain areas, things start moving quickly. Katt often says, "There are cameras, waiting, beverages being served, and moments that can stick with an artist for the rest of their life. They can be immortalized in a single image or video that captures the moment that defines them." Katt went into further detail on what he refers to as Baphomet rituals on Joe Rogan's podcast. These are designed as loyalty tests, he claims, short but lasting trials meant to determine whether a person is prepared to go to considerable measures to keep up good standing with the elites. According to him, that is the real purpose of events like Rubin's.
Oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future.
When those photos of Lil Baby and Ruben started to go viral online, Baby instantly went on the defense. Clearly irritated by the constant memes and criticism, he decided to discuss it in an interview on Lil Yachty's show. He claimed that he had been so offended by the jokes on the internet that he had really requested Ruben for the party's surveillance video during that conversation. I wanted the video to clear up any confusion about what had happened that night, Baby added. However, this is where things start to get interesting since, despite having access, Baby chose not to disseminate the footage. That decision generated significant debate because it didn't seem reasonable to prevent the video from putting an end to all the speculations. The missing video, according to those who were already suspicious of the situation, simply added to the mystery. He chose not to share it with others, which did not stop the speculations but instead sparked more speculation about what actually happened at that time.
Funny, weird, you feel me? I'm dapping Kuzman up, and Mike happy to see me, he run up on me.
Right.
I got 10 other pictures, we down there, we start down there, bam, I'm telling his ass, Mike, I'll slam your ass, I'll break your neck. But we play like that. They white, so they don't really understand how I understand. Like, even when the picture came out before it went viral, I told them, like, Mike, I can't have pictures like that.
Right.
Even though me and you playing, bro, it's 100 people at the party. We in the middle of 100 people. There's nothing weird we could be doing in a party.
Right.
With all these people watching us. Literally, when that picture came out, I literally made Mike Rubin go to his security camera at his house, go to the footage and get the whole time, but I just never, like, I ain't even gonna post that shit on the internet.
Right.
I'm just like, that shit.
Right.
You feel me? Like, yeah, I ain't even trying to make it into this and make it into that. Like, man, just keep on going, because that's kind of like how I be doing. Like all that type shit. Like, that really.
The only thing Lil Baby said when asked about Ruben was that he was a super great influence. He never did, however, go into detail about what exactly made Ruben so important. No details on business, mentorship, or support were given. His vague statement left many wondering what he meant and why someone with no musical background was receiving such high praise from one of the biggest names in rap.
I think a lot of people don't know you and Michael Rubin's relationship. Like, people know y'all have a relationship.
Yeah, they won't never know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people would think, like,
I mean, you care to talk about it for a second.
like
y'all are
Baby,
very close.
Like, Baby, you run with Mike, because whether they'll think like, oh, Baby, Mike Rubin a billionaire, and like, babe, I don't give a what nobody got. You know what I'm saying? Whether he had a billionaire, whether he was a millionaire, whether I had more than
but
him.
he has been a great influence.
A super great influence, and that's the
And-
part that
and
people
for you.
wouldn't see, and that's the part, like, that's the part people wouldn't see, and that's the part, like, I probably wouldn't even be able to bring people up on that speed. And what I mean by that is, like, just like you, for instance, like, man, we got a great relationship.
Interview 7/32/8. 15 Ruben called the images of Lil Baby at the white party ludicrous when asked about them, saying it was just another party where too much vodka was drunk. However, his frequent allusions to Baby suggested that he was personally defending him rather than just refuting myths.
Actually one of the best human beings in the planet. Such a great human being, and like, I love his work ethic, and also, like, when you hear his story, and I don't know anything about music, so when I met him the first time with Drake in the Bahamas in 2020, and he's telling me his story about, you know, he was in jail a couple years earlier, he never rapped, and now he's got this great, you know, kind of music career. Like, you just want to root for the guy. And I'll tell you something, I've never actually said this before. You know, the stuff of the drug was the most ridiculous thing in the world, right? We're at a party, everyone's drunk. You know, it's a 13-hour party. People drink a lot of alcohol. You know, someone captures a picture of me jumping on his back for 1 second and then says, oh, there's something suspect about it. There's just these drunken guys. By the way, before cameras, we've all done it. Like, let's keep it real. By the way, you love WWE. You've done it more than anybody.
He's rolled around with people in their skivvies.
Right, yeah, exactly. By the way, I haven't gone there. But, you know, the thing that actually killed me about that is it actually hurt his career. You know, last year, and I felt like I've always wanted to help people make.
He's on a good build back.
He's
right
crushing now.
He's crushing.
And I was just with him with Trav and him in London. But it actually, like, the thing is, he's such an extraordinary human being, and he's such a special person. And like, if you think about, you know, people who just want to hate on social media, who like one picture of, you know, a bunch of drunken people could be turned into something that it wasn't.
To make matters worse, it appears like Lil Baby is not the first rapper who has been spotted in odd settings with Ruben. Do you recall Meek Mill jumping like a bunny on a tennis court? Ruben was in charge of getting it captured on video and uploaded to the internet.
It was Ruben who made sure it was filmed and posted online.
Go, count out loud. Count out loud. 1, 2, keep going. Keep going. 1, 2, keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your buddy hops. They suck. Your buddy hops.
Meek then brushed it off, saying it wasn't that serious and that they were just joking because he lost a bet. Regardless of the presentation, a lot of people still find it disgusting to witness a black man bunny hopping as a white millionaire provides the orders and drives the movies. It begs the question of why so many rappers are letting Ruben put them in these questionable situations. What brought Michael Rubin to the forefront of hip-hop culture? And what was his background? On paper, Ruben's background seems straightforward. After leaving Villanova and starting a ski shop at the age of 14 with his bar mitzvah money, he made $200,000 flipping over stock ski gear. He was born into a Jewish family in Philadelphia in 1972. Then he founded a company, sold it, founded G-Commerce, and sold it for billions. His current company, Fanatics Inc., holds licenses with the NBA, NFL, MLB, NASCAR, Formula One, and WWE. He is worth $10.6 billion, according to Forbes. The patterns in his immediate surroundings, however, are more remarkable than his financial achievement. Diddy's white party lane has essentially been taken over by Ruben, including the guest list. Celebrities including Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, and Bianca attended Diddy's famous Hampton White parties in the late 1990s and early 2000s. The same faces are now ordinary attendees in Ruben's version of the event. Do we really believe that? He just so happened to inherit that particular group of people? According to Ruben, there is nothing strange about these gatherings. They're just about networking and celebrating success. However, many people still think he's weird, even though he gave all the right answers. His demeanor and even his eyes are critiqued for being cold and mysterious, as though there were a chasm between the smile and reality.
Groupies on our staff that's been talking about your parties for the last couple of days, that's dying to get to your parties.
Well, you know what? I've actually figured out, like, if this Fanatics thing doesn't work out, I think I could be a good party.
Oh, man, you kidding me?
Yeah, like, I think
I already got the white suit in the closet, so just let us know what, you know, what's happening.
Yeah. So, you know what it really comes from? I love bringing people from different backgrounds together, and it's something I enjoy doing. Whether it was this lunch we just talked about, whether it's my Super Bowl party, whether it's the white party, for me, it's a great time to. It's like I enjoy bringing people from different backgrounds together. And by the way, I benefit from them because I'm always learning from people there. And so that's really where it started. We started with our Super Bowl party, and you know, our Super Bowl party. By the way, this was like this year's Super Bowl party. I was like, when I had many of the owners of the football teams come up and tell me this is better than the game itself. I thought, like, literally, that's what people were saying to me.
Right?
Yeah. Look, I think what we like to do is bring the right people together in a room and then great things happen.
There's also a video of Ruben discussing how one of his white parties wounded his own lover.
With only 350 people coming, we've had some significant accidents at the party over the past 2 years.
Okay.
The first accident that happened was, I want to make sure I get this right. Charlie D'Amelio sliced Dixie D'Amelio's finger trying to cut a bagel at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
That led to several stitches. That was year one's accident. So we actually thought we would be really prepared, and we brought in medical staff for the party, because even though there's 350 people, we had a whole, medical SWAT team there. And
Crazy.
so I went to the bat. So after like 12 people performed, just like this incredible, like just natural performances that broke out of the party. I went to the boys' room, and I knew I was turning 50 this year. And so my 50th birthday was coming a couple weeks up, which was pretty depressing to me. And so Joel Embiid's running out to me, Michael, you gotta come here, you gotta come here. Camille got hurt. This is my girlfriend. He goes, Camille got really hurt. I'm like,
remember this, yeah.
I'm like, Joe, like stop. Like I'm not falling for this.
Right.
Like I'm like, no, you're not tricking me. And then they're like, you gotta go upstairs. And all of a sudden, we just had my third daughter, our second daughter together a few weeks earlier. Thank you. And so she fainted. Now I would say, the truth be told, that she tried to drink with the boys and wasn't able to handle herself.
Yep.
She's still going with fainting. It's a real debate within the Rubin household.
I would probably side with you on this.
Of course.
Yeah, this is
correct. No matter, and she actually gets mad at me when I tell this. She's going with a faint. I'm going with, but anyway,
Yeah.
she fell over and hurt herself very badly. So I had to leave at 12:15 the party.
Why'd you have to leave?
Because she had to go to the hospital. They thought she had
That's why
broken
you got
neck.
the medical tent.
The medical.
Like, hey, send them off. This is my party.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. So the EMT doctor comes in the room. Joelle was in the room, and they're like, her neck could be broken. I'm like, she's fine. Give her a drink. Like, don't worry about it. I'm like, she's good. Like, put her back in the game. Who cares? And Joel screaming like, I've had this happen. You've got to go to the hospital right now. And someone else is screaming at me. And I came back from the hospital. I, of course, left Camille in the hospital once I knew she was going to leave.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like,
vital signs
I'm coming
good,
back
I'm
in
out.
hot.
Yeah.
I'm FaceTiming Trav. I'm like, Trav, I'm coming back in hot. And there were about 200 people left when I got back. And we went into high gear from the 2 to 4 a.m. strong this year.
That's the mark of a good party. If at least 5% of your guests go to the hospital afterwards, you did your job.
Well, I think right now we're running 0.5% in cash. We
can bump those numbers
needing
up.
medical assistance. Yeah.
Yeah, get like a bouncy air cast.
We also
Billy at this point.
we also had a nameless person who was drunk out of control. I was friends with, who had to get thrown.
Let's begin with the question. Why would a grown man call the bathroom the boys' room and then dismiss his girlfriend's injuries as unimportant? He even mentioned the D'Amelio sisters incident from his first white party. In 2021, however, Charli D'Amelio was only 16 or 17 years old at the time. How could she have been there at 3 in the morning? And here's another detail. Kylie, Rubin's own daughter, who was only 17 at the time, was spotted acting a little too comfortable around older rappers at one of his parties. All of that makes the stressful situation surrounding him even more intense. There is something odd, almost unsettling, about Rubin's presence. How did he get so well connected in the music industry in Hollywood? His financial gain cannot be the sole factor. There are billionaires who are far richer than him, but he is not constantly surrounded by rappers, celebrities, and influencers. The manner in which Rubin has positioned himself surprises one. Remember how I said earlier that he got into Diddy's lane? Others say he did more than inherit the white parties of the Hamptons. Rubin may have also taken over Diddy's alleged blackmail plan. According to street whispers, many people already know that Diddy has long been suspected of operating an Epstein-style music industry enterprise. However, as Diddy's reputation declined and he lost the support of his superiors, Rubin is reported to have quietly taken over. The issues begin at this point. Diddy was the subject of long-running rumors about parties with children, tainted drinks, and powerful adults disregarding the issue. If Rubin really fits into that role, the goal of his white parties is more than just networking and celebration. Under a different identity, they might be carrying on with the same disturbing action.
So this new lawsuit just came out that shows tons of evidence that P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, has been running a sexual blackmail operation very much like Jeffrey Epstein, but in the rap and music industry for basically 30 years. The top knew what P. Diddy was doing. They were attending the parties with underage girls where they were spiking drinks. They were deeply involved in Diddy's personal life, and all evidence points to them supporting his operation, or at the very least turning a blind eye.
But now I want to know what you think. In reality, what is going on with Michael Rubin's white parties? Is Rubin simply experimenting with different looks? Or do you think Lil Baby's sudden change has anything to do with him? Does this seem like an influence or something more serious? Like an initiation? I'll see you in the next video, and please share your thoughts in the comments section.